Hey guys, this is Fafo, and it's the very first time I'm doing a video about my own island. Today I will show you how I planned and progressed my map layout over the last 6 months. First things first, you need an idea of how my island looked like at the beginning. When I restarted my island, I was looking for a symmetrical layout with both airport and resident surfaces centered, which was why I chose the map on the bottom left. And then my new journey began, but I don't think I need to show you how I shook peaches, so we'll jump to the part where I designed my layout. This is the Happy Island Designer, and you've probably seen or even used it by now, but I still want to give you a quick introduction because I think it's just such an amazing tool. It's a free web app made by eugeneration where you can design your Animal Crossing islands super easily. The first thing you'll need to do is choose your map layout, and there's a couple of steps you'll go through. First, you gotta choose the river mouths. I had mine at the bottom, so I chose this one. In the next step, you'll be presented with many different example layouts. The possibilities of AC Islands are endless. You just choose the one that is the most similar to yours. It's very likely that your island still looks different in some areas, but because of the extensive tools, we are able to adapt anything. On the top left, you can see that the menu offers everything to design your dream island. Different terraform levels, rocks, sand, water, you name it. You can literally draw on the map. You can also use pathing or place houses or any other buildings any way you want. Same goes for bridges and inclines, trees, and even flowers. In the actual game, however, there are several objects on the island that are not movable at this point of time, and you'll have to live with their locations. Therefore, we should always keep these 7 permanent objects in mind when choosing a map or designing it, starting with the 2 river mouths, the airport, resident surfaces, all rock formations at the sea, the secret beach, the peninsula, and lastly, the pier. All of these locations are fixed, and therefore I adapted my Happy Island Designer map to my limitations before I started with the actual design. I didn't do a 1-to-1 copy because, for example, I didn't want to design the beaches yet. For my map design, I just had one particular idea in mind: lily pads and lots of water. And I went from there. And that's what I came up with. Some little lily pad islands for each of my villagers, and the crescent moon, or croissant, whatever you like to call it, to overlook the whole scenery from the bottom. The island in the middle with my house should resemble a frog head, because Henry's always been my favorite villager since launch. Now, designing was super fun. What came next wasn't so much. The terraform. I spent so many hours on this part, which is probably why it took me so long to finish the map. I captured the last bit of flattening my island on stream, and you can clearly see that I was super happy about it. By then, it had already started to snow, but I still had to flood the whole island, and I kept asking myself, why would they make it so goddamn time consuming? Even with 10 times the speed, this takes ages. But whatever. My island went from this to this. However, I was a bit unsatisfied with the outcome because I didn't take enough time for the Lilypad designs and it didn't look that good in game. I needed to make changes. So I went back to the design app and fixed a few things here and there. Especially the lily pads needed some good fine tuning. And yes, they do look way better now. Now, after realizing that a good design will only save time later on, I made a map design that I could basically just copy, apart from a few adjustments in game, but I think you'll always need to do this. With every click of a button, my dream island was slowly coming together. Or rather smash. I was smashing the buttons because I thought that would make me faster. But obviously that wasn't the case. Sad face. After finishing the exhausting terraform, it was time for the final steps. Move the buildings and spend a ridiculous amount of bells to build inclines and bridges. Of course I'm gonna support the whole project on my own. And that was pretty much it. It's time to reveal the finished layout. Isn't it absolutely wonderful? I know, the island's name doesn't fit that well anymore. I wished I could change it. Let me know in the comments how you would name my island now. 8 of my villages got their very own Lilypad Island, but I still need to figure out where I'll place the other 2. Perhaps on the croissant? As you can see, there is barely anything on the island at the moment, but one idea I got is to match a lily pad to its owner's style. I think that would be super cool. For that I still need to figure out which villages I want to get, because currently, well, I'm not 100% satisfied with everyone. I really hope you enjoyed the progression of my island layout, and hopefully I was able to give you some inspiration and tips. Whew, this was my very first video with voice overlay, and to be honest, the editing took so much longer than I would have thought, so I would really appreciate it if you left a comment about what you liked and didn't. I will try to create further update videos so that you can experience the changes of my island. Until then, bye!